Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to Killing Stone. It's a deck builder of sorts. I was mostly drawn to it because someone was discussing voice actors that they enjoyed and that they were in this, and it also has a couple people that you might recognize whenever it starts going. I have turned the voice acting up. I have the music and stuff fairly quiet, so I hopefully will be able to just let it run through them. It has modern English and fancy old English, if you will. I've set it to modern English because that's what I prefer out of the two of them, because usually old English in a lot of games feels forced like hell. Hopefully it's not in this one. We might give it a try towards the end, but we're going to do a new run, see how this goes. There's a bit to explore in this, but only one of the rituals to go through, so we'll see how that goes. Now the question is, when do we get to the actual voice acting? Okay, so it's used that to look. It's going to be first person, so I'm going to have to be careful about how much of this I do. Oh, we can't actually walk out into this. It's just flowing. But I don't want to go to you.
If your tongue wants use, approach and speak on. I am, to your every whim, a subject. But as wise men will one day say, in the beginning was the act. If you crave such action, then to the ritual and amen.
Hopefully you recognize that voice. It's Liam O'Brien. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk to them. You approach the figure uncertainly, trying in vain to orient yourself in the in this uncompassed dark. Wittenberg College, your office, was it not? A mysterious parcel left your desk. Within, a box, strangely familiar. Numbly, you had skimmed the receipt, retaining nothing beyond. Estate of American Svangard, herein as the deceased. Your ancient mentor? Dead? In her shadow, false and true, seem weightless equivocations. She left this box to you. On instinct, you reach for the clasp, then an uncanny light which seemed somehow to notice you.
From time's iron vice, you emerge, uncrushed. All hail and welcome. Do you have a soul?
I can prove no such thing.
You have, or I would see you not at all. But grand, let's call your new soul my gift, given with love. Now, in all of your mortal world, there is but one game worth the candle. If you would play, ask yourself this. Have you the skill?
Possibly.
Have you the will to beat the devil?
Maybe.
If you knew how many times I have heard a yes, you would stand amazed.
The figure gestures at the altar-like table and speaks no more. So now we get to begin our rituals, which is going to be, from what I understand of the game's description, this right here is going to be the majority of the game. I don't know if we can, like, no, there's not, that's not readable, is it? That's not readable. It could be, or it could be in another language. But it is very scratchy and it does look very impressive. But let's go ahead and begin the tutorial ritual.
You see, here is the table, and here the game. In this place, we play for souls.
But I do like myself some deck builders. As far as what it said there in this, there's the tutorial. And then there's going to be an area we can explore for a little bit of an introduction to the lore, which means that there is a world to explore. There is going to be a first-person aspect to this. And then there is ritual challenges where you can challenge various family members. So that's what we're learning how to do right now.
Here is my wager, the soul of Marrakin. You hereby swear to be final executor of your late mentor's pact, and in all unresolved trials or contests, play on her behalf. You bear my eye, bequeathed by your dead witch. It shall serve as your stake in this good faith test of your credentials, and keep us both honest.
Ooh. That eye has a lot of eye.
Now, prove yourself no impostor. Face Valravin, first familiar to learned Marican, and confirm you are truly her pupil.
The figure indicates a signature line on this ritual document. The package from Marican contained a strangely vicious-looking ring with a nib at its tip. The purpose is obvious. And we have signed it. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be multiple battles too. Yippee-ki-yay.
Now, by all the eyes of hell and heaven, are we to each unto the other bound, until the trial's done, and game be won. Let no mortal soul from this table rise.
A great pale bird hops forward, an albino corvid, quite rare. It trills strangely and seems to speak not in words, yet you intuit the meaning. Why a mock trial? This clearly is the one foretold. Still, if I must, I'll fledge the witch, study the case, and make your argument in brief, stranger. This ritual binds you and the demon together in contest by contract. Click on the battle above your loop to begin. So this is going to be the start of it. This is where we start the thing, and then we come up here, and we skip on through. So it's just all battles against weak enemies because, like I said, this is the tutorial. We get more complex ones in the very near future. The first lesson, trivial battle. To win this contractual battle, you must reduce the health of your opponent's eye to 0. If you reach 0, you lose. When your turn starts, you draw up to 5 cards. You then play on the battle line. Select a card with the left click. Okay, so these are all just absolute garbage. These cards are all creatures we place on the battle line and fight when your turn ends. Place one now in the available spot with that. Okay. Cards cost action points to play and refill on your next turn. Play thralls until you run out of mana. These... Oh. That is actually... As far as the wheel design, that is actually a thing that is not uncommon. When you run out of that, you can end your turn with the enter resolve phase and let your creatures attack. During resolve, creatures attack and deal wounds equal to their strength, the first non-ally they face, which is the E-Ball. So they're going to have similar things. The Fangela divides the board, and you can only place creatures on your side and vice versa. And I'm guessing, yeah, these pips right here tell you how many slots. All creatures have hearts and will die if reduced by that to 0. Okay. And we play thralls until we run out again, which is going to fill up all 4 of our pips. Oh... If you end your turn with unspent, it'll roll over. But I want to use the other mechanic that it talks about on the store page. You defeat your opponent, but such minions are only an aspect of Greater Advocate. Proceed to the next battle. What are our other challenges going to be? Second lesson, trivial battle. Beneath each eye is a wound preview. Place a creature on the battle line to see the preview change. Okay, so it shows it right over here. You'll see that it goes -2. I will drop one of you out. The damage seen here will happen during the resolve phase, and your turn to see it happen. So if we don't get first turn, or if there's enemies already on the board, do we just automatically get hit? Demon played a new kind of creature. Focus on it with the mouse to see its details. It bypasses the first asset in the front of it when attacking. Overreach has a special keyword, tunnel. Creatures with 1 skip the first valid target when attacking. Attacks hit the eye directly if there's nothing to skip. So that's just... Ow! That is dick move. So we'll do a Celestial Projection. Slash preview means it'll die, and we'll be able to... Yeah, we're going to kill their eyeball. Obviously, tutorial, super easy. We have 20 life. I have a feeling normal enemies are going to have more than, like, 3 life. This... A new card, Spark, is an invocation, a spell that affects the board but isn't placed on it. Select Spark now with left click. Deal that, and focus it on the eye. The rest of your hand is all thralls, which seems unlucky. Select the draw pile to see if you've got anything better waiting. We do. You draw up to 5 cards every turn. You can then hover and use that to discard, hopefully making space for a better card next turn. Well, I'm going to put these out there, because this seems like the wise way to go. What is the enemy going to gather? One dude. Obviously, the enemies are going to be much more... What does the Q button do? Oh, that is the speed. That's good to have. That is actually an important little button. So if we just... You can undo with the undo button. You can undo any move until the end of your turn. Oh, that is so nice. That is actually a really generous addition, in my opinion. Bonk. And it dies. We overcast, but it's okay. It doesn't look like it'll keep attacking, so you can't get like overkill or anything. The bird interrupts to address your devilish foe. Must we go through all this pomp? Then somewhat sing-song. Is your one good eye too damn old to see? This guests are maven, or I'm not me.
Enough beak, ghost-feathered wretch. You speak with your mistress's mouth, yet listened not. She made this exam a condition of these items' release. And rhyme no more, squab, unless you match silence to itself. My cap could use a new plume.
The bird stiffens. Whatever the masked adversary may truly be behind this shape, Valravan? Oh, Valravan seems far warier of it than his words suggest. Is our guest not due some more candid conversation then? Was I wrong to trust your reputation for civility?
Agreed. We may commune in comfort now, if you like. To me, you are the shape of joy made flesh. To be matched at last, sweet sinner to the sin. The late Marican named you her pupil. Should you, by this ritual trial, prove yourself the one chosen by the witch, then like that box, I and all the world will open to you. The second ritual test awaits, unless you've any questions.
Let's see. So it's true, Marican is dead. She has willed me to hear her arcane secrets, but are you the catch?
Maven, we are, all of us, ensnared. Should Marican's debts unto the house be settled in full, and thereafter residual sums fall to claimants, you are hereby entitled to all scholarly holdings, tomes, servants, artifacts, et al.
Servants, are you such one? Much is rumored.
Eager, if a touch. Green. Patience. Even as I watch, you seem to ripen. Pass the test of your credentials, and we'll discuss me. Still, what's the harm in a little taste?
Ooh.
Should you, by Fanghella trial, best Valravan, first familiar to Marican, his services will be offered to you as an advanced retainer fee to ensure your arrival to the site of her death. More than this, I cannot say. Yet. Now, Should you die before your task is complete, your own soul will be forfeit, unless some undisclosed advocate steps forth on your behalf.
His mask is already winking, yet here you notice it anew.
The second ritual test awaits, unless you've any questions.
You said this is your eye.
Some of us have seen too much. This is not my first face, not even the first that she gave me, your Marakin. Alas, it seems now the last.
How revealing. Care to wager the other? I could have a set.
The damn cheek on you. How would they look a shade redder? But come, the test first. For now, let us say simply, that is the reason I stand before you. The second ritual test awaits, unless you've any questions.
What more do you know of Marakin?
Before her death in exile, Marakin was a maven of all 7 liberal arts. She was known to defend accused witches, and in final irony, became one herself. Surely you suspected. To reprise, Marakin's will implied a secret famulus, or star pupil, you, which, by these few tests remaining, you must prove. As if by milk of the mind she mothered you, and made you heir to her secret arts. Yet, to claim it all, from hell itself, you must win back her soul. The second ritual test awaits, unless you've any questions.
I think that's all we're going to do in the dialogue for now. We probably do actually have more dialogue in the overworld, too. It's mysterious. Let us resume the ritual contest. Its mysteries begin to reveal themselves to me. Okay, let's begin this ritual. And this is still trials. Okay, so we get a boon. Then we have a combat, and then finally a boss. Okay. And then we should be into the actual branching trees that are going to be more familiar to people with, like, deck builder experience. Here you can choose a boon, a special effect that will help you until the ritual ends. Boons stack with each other, so it's always better to take one if offered. Select an option, then confirm your choice and proceed. Maximum health increases by 1, heal 1 on the start of every combat start. I'm gonna do revitalizing salts just to kind of like counteract some of the problems that we're probably gonna run into. I have a feeling it's not gonna be as strong as I'm hoping because we already 1 damage is not much damage when you have 20 freaking life. You can place any creature in reserve above another creature, ready to join the battle when the first one falls. Play it now in the battle line. Okay. The placement slot above our celestial projection represents a space for reserve. Place Comet Archer there. Unlike the creatures on the battle line that host them, reserve creatures don't normally attack or get hit in combat. End your turn to see your attack. So in a normal thing, I'd probably actually put that the other way around. Okay, so they're going to kill off that, and it's going to drop down. Some creatures have special abilities when they deploy from reserve, like Anchor of Faith. Play it in the Comet Archer's reserve now. Okay. That said, it gave attacks immediately and gives enemy neighbors -1 when deployed from reserve. And will also drop you out. Why? Because we can. Opponent's symbol means this effect applies to the enemy eye. So in this case, thorns will strike your creatures and your maven eye. Okay. So just going after our throat here. They're going to kill off this idiot. Let's see. These guys are 1. So he's going to go there. Can we actually stack up multiples above? No, just 1 row up, it looks like, for now. That might be something we can change later. But we shall see. Obviously, it's not going to be a big deal here, and I don't know if life is persistent. We're about to find out. If we're at 18 life at the start of this. Although that might not be part of the tutorial. It might just be magically healing us each and every time. Yeah, it's persistent life. That's going to make things rough. Chants must be played in reserve and are discarded when they hit the battle line. So I could do this. So let's see what that does. So does that just like consistently... Well, you are just completely nerfing me, aren't you there, little buddy? Bonk. I'm not sure how I feel about the immediate attack, but it's okay. And we'll put a Comet Archer there, which will eat through him. And then we get to do a little bit more damage there. This one shouldn't be a huge issue. He's going to kill off... Oh, he's going to kill off that guy. That is actually fine. And let's go... Oh, we can replace the one there, but we cannot put something above it. Okay. That is actually fine. And yeah, we just win. Of course, I didn't look at what this does. But I kind of like the simplistic models and stuff like that. Kind of like their TTRPG dudes. I knew you were no charlatan. It is my honor to serve you, Maven, and to be free of his company.
You're no pretender, then. A true Maven, and pupil of the infamous Marican. Indeed, in every hand you play, I see hers. Now ends the casual joust, and begins the duel.
I have to say, if that was extremely skilled play, then the bar is very low, because we're basically given wins.
Your witch believed you could outgamble me. As upon a stone in earth redoubted, break my back upon your will. Match me, in whose blood the first ever pact was penned. Who, for your game of souls, carved chessmen from the teeth of time. At your journey's end, seek me out, and we shall see.
He places a small effigy of you in traveling kit near what appears to be a model house, as one might use with dolls. And the devil casts us in. And keeps an eye on us. I see it floating back. It vanished just now, but I saw it floating back there. To the north is your fateful voyage. Between that eldritch eye and myself, your path will be well lit. In coldness, you will face him again. As true enemies, I'm afraid. Expect no quarter. Soon enough, you'll miss the warmth of this first fond embrace. Follow me. The albino crow. Caw,
To my
caw.
apprentice, my sin eater, and my final friend. In death, I must ask one last favor. That fateful game I once taught you is not yet won. I wagered all and lost more still. Now, I fear, your art must exceed my own. The Svanguard family stands at hazard now. and the house means to collect.
Sketchy.
Go to them, Maven. Seek out my kinsmen in their exile, and shield them from my wretched curse. You need not love them, but even the worst of us deserves a better fate than this. And Maven, to make my meaning plain, it is you alone whom I entrust to beat the devil. Mariken Svangard.
Now, I'm hoping that this first-person stuff is... I'm fine with it being part of it, but I'm hoping that it is not a massive amount of it, because as I've been getting older, I deal with motion sickness more from simulator sickness. Your dog! I heard you can pet the dog. But for the most part, it's not causing any problems yet. I have motion blur off. There is no FOV change, so you'll notice that while I'm going around, I'm intentionally not making a lot of movement. No, why did you go away, dog? My kindred. Health. Misery to mine enemies. That's fine. There are wagon tracks back there. And I think this guy is going to lead us through. Ooh, that's looking cool. Can I actually pet the dog? Not yet. I guess this is not the dog that I can pet. It's a little dog. Ooh, so we use blood magic, is what I got from that. Are we gonna have to fight the dog? Please tell me we're not gonna have to fight the dog. Oh, you buried the dog, you bastards. Good dog. Oh, forgive me. I think I did not greet you properly. You greeted me properly, as might a dog. Oh, flatter not so. Do make me earn it. Chops will come over bashful and lose his tongue again. He sniffs you a little. You smell of ash. You know, then, my former mistress is dead. And since I somehow forgot myself, yet I remember... Oh, I'm late! Please, come, please, see her family waits us! I did not read that before I said it. I just saw please and family awaits us. Get back here, dog. We are trying to get the 10 out of 10 game here. Let me pet the damn dog. You can talk to it, but me. As Gablin would say. Me. Just looking at the environment. It's actually, for a game that is focusing on deck builders, I have to say I have to give them kudos on at least maintaining a pretty solid aesthetic here. It reminds me of... I'm trying to remember what game I'm thinking of. There is another survival game that this reminds me of, but you play third person, and you can throw snowballs at each other while waiting. Also, a thing. This is not a ding against this. It's just something that I notice a lot in first person games and in some third person games. The scale is off for us. This would be about, even if we're a very short person, this would be 5 feet for what? 3 steps? Because we're just looking, because that's the horizon line right there. So that would be our standard, like you are looking straight ahead. Height for high eyes. So that makes each of these steps like 2.5 feet tall. And this door is massive. And this would be like 5 feet off the ground. Very, very awkward scaling. It's a me thing to notice stuff like that, but it's just something that always gets me in games like this. And by this, I mean first-person games. The dog instinctively guides you through the grand old manse, sniffing and chuffing about as if he too were seeing it anew. Signs of isolation and decay have mounted slowly over decades, yet oddly only on the outside. The chambers themselves are remarkably well preserved. Still, the lights seem clustered in too few rooms. This is a dwelling for a great clan, yet the sheer silence belies that utterly. Ahead, a few souls stand in a loose cluster, and behind them, the blessed promise of firelight. You suppress a sudden urge to rush past them and collapse upon the hearth. Or hearth, depending on how many people I want to piss off today. A big man of some 70 years steps forward to greet you. Mr. Chops emits a small, friendly whine at the sight. Look, it's people. People are not why we're here. Well, I can't open that one. The dog whimpers good-naturedly, seeming for this moment no more than an excitable beast. So, who do we talk to? Got a cat. Can I talk to the cat? Nope. The man takes your mask, your strange case. A guest, her guest, correct? Such as it was, her will instructed me to expect you, but not your name. Just Maven, then? Of our great house, these few are near all who remain. Greet our guests now, Svangards. Try to remember how. This is my... Rasman, father says that you have come far indeed for our family. Rare to meet a soul that would exile itself by choice. Welcome. Oh, should I have gone with a German accent for that? Welcome. I can't. No, I'm not gonna. They inspect your vestments, your case and mask, unhurried. And no, I don't do accents. Well, I do them poorly all the time. Some quiet paradoxes here. You feel keenly measured, yet unjudged. An Inuk woman steps forward and courtesies very briefly after a look at the large fellow for confirmation. It is impossible not to notice the cross around her neck, her covered hair. In Germany or Denmark, she would draw eyes, but not for her clothes. You are far from both. This is her people's land. What prompted such effort? My wife, Nika. I assure you she speaks. They both look back at him absurdly in silence. The dog does too. He rests his red-limbed eyes on a specific bit of nothing, then abruptly seems to recall that he, too, has a name. And I am Volum. My grandmother lies below the house in the grotto. When the long night morning elapses, Marek and Svangard shall be given to the sea, as the old Danes were. Her request, but first, you will see to her soul, yes? Apologies, I overstep. Proceed as you see fit. Welcome to Vakanot. They all retreat to the den, likely unsure of what to expect of you. Characters with that have something new to say. Whenever you are ready to advance in the game, go to the ritual. I'm assuming that symbol is the ritual. They're all in there. That is to the ritual. I will explore this a little bit, because I'm mildly invested in the story, but first things first, where's the damn dog? I don't want any of you. I want the dog. There's all kinds of... I have a feeling there's going to be more people here in the full game. We're going to be able to build decks with these folks. I am pretty sure. So, can we go up the stairs? Where's the dog at? Where's the dog at? Here, unobserved, again the dog speaks. For shame, leaving sleeper on watch with more poor mistress dead below. Will you see to her vigil, Maven? I don't know where you remember what voice I did for the dog. Till you need me as a bondsman, I'll see to his. Why, with her soul in such a state, any stinker's old spirit may be jostled free and fly up a sweet nose. A lick for luck, I'll give it now. Mr. Chops hesitates as you step back. His warm, guileless eyes meet yours. I'll miss you. The boy has a farmer's color, but you see more than a mere trace of this land's native Inuit. Is his lineage passed down from the Volum and Nika? Surely they are too old to have been his parents. Who is missing? Regardless, this family has indeed been a long way from Europe. but now numb perhaps to scandal. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is a Dutch family that has come to, I'm guessing, Canada or Alaska. Probably Canada, where you survey the small guest room. It smells of old pipe smoke, and beneath that some residual deep-soiled thing. An atavistic ferment, long come to dust. Or is it atavistic? I think that's atavistic ferment, long come to dust. It is oddly comforting. No doubt when this house offered shelter to Americans' full exiled house, family, servants, and a myriad of bondsmen, some few would come away from the lounge next door and confer upon private matters herein. You set down your case, delicately to preserve all of Americans' instruments of arcane inquiry, the box, the lantern, your inheritance, with the promise of more. The paraphernalia of future trials, these, yet no further documentation, I can say words, which to employ them. Surely American's will is somewhere on the premises. The lantern and I stay on your person. After another drop of blood to feed both, the concept of sleep brushes the back of your eyes, gentle, insinuating, but it must wait. So much yet to discover. The cat's eyes meet yours. As with the other animals here, you seem to conjure thoughts in keeping with each punctuated mew. Behold the reserve, as if from the sky, but by whose war horn called forth? Black Milk shall keep an eye on both banners, and take bets. Yet now she pointedly does not watch you walk away. Okay, cat. So this is our bed. Did they? Yeah, they've actually given some details outside. There's a whole proper graveyard. If they give people to the sea, why do we have a grave yard? Also, there's a gap. That would be cold as shit, my friends. Drafty. And no, I shouldn't nitpick the first person stuff. It is literally just for lore between the runs. That is the impression that I'm getting from this. I am going to talk to you first, because you're the one who didn't want to talk. Yes? The woman gestures to herself, not quite touching her chest. Nika, no need, and nothing. A perfunctory smile, perfunctory, hands out open, then half closed. Do not worry, they convey. Okay, so she doesn't have much to say. This woman, evidently named Nika, bows her head slightly but does not break eye contact, indicating you may proceed to walk past her, uncannily like Volum himself. Good evening. Again, nothing to what? Hello again. Nothing to whom? Oh, sorry, that was us. You have done nothing to offend, stranger, less to endear. She smiles more candidly as if to reassure. You see now. It ends conversations for her. It must. Of even nothing we have said too much, And Volum... which one are we more curious about? Among my guides from the whaler, then across the waste was an Inuit. That is, an Inuk. Her eyes bisect you with a curt flick, dismissive, but you sense not of your right to speak per se. Then you are twice a stranger. Having met another Inuk, you now know me even less. My husband tells me your occupation is your name. So your name must be goes about masked in strange houses. And you have business with the dead, God rest her. I am alive. I have no special name. I've no face to reveal but this. What could we share? Please, with this word we welcomed you. Even now, on that, we wait. His faith, I suppose, must somewhat swell in the sight of a stranger in a robe. Haunt my home as custom demands. And should you happen upon any fellow spirit, please breathe it in deeply. When you go, if my Volum breathes 1/10 part more easily, I am content. She smiles for her an act of power. She looks at old Volum with what seems genuine warmth, but briefly her jaw sets firmly. She is done. That's all we can get from you. I think we insulted her on accident. They watch you descend the stairs. Did Mouth in his sleep speak Coptic at you? No. I hadn't thought him restless enough to play the autodidactic, but, well, it is not the strangest humor that runs in our family. As you chat, they flit between fire and the stairs, as if looking in on Mouth, whilst perhaps avoiding a creaky step. Noticing you, they add, Winter is a siege of silence here, and triple so for a child, you'll see. They continue to fret over Mouth. Were they a child here too? Your records of Americans' exile vary. For now, they remain silent. So you are the last one we have to talk to. I am no adept at greetings. Years in exile now, with no herald to call me forth. And yet, when a stranger asks my name, I still stand and stare like a fool, waiting for the trumpets. He seems to immediately regret the candor and clears his throat. I've had all gather here in common sight since the event. Seems to force the blunt truth out against some resistance. That is her body discovered. What little will she left us spoke of the quaint burial practice and a vigil duty that doth cleave to ancient custom. And so we Svangards mourn as one. He frowns, some fear of inquisition even here. Since then, Mouth, my restless grandson, has perhaps felt unfairly cooped. Mind racing with questions of mortality, I expect. A maven is many forms of doctor. Volum sees to know this and feels obligated to share any observation relevant to the family health. Obliged, not obligated. Some insomnia followed, muttering and half thought through the night. Finally, he fell asleep upstairs. You will pass him on the way to your guest room. Quietly, if you will. Give him Oblivion's brief grace. We are at your disposal, Maven. I only ask that you judge us fairly. Trying to indicate welcome, but at a loss for further words, Volum steps out of your way very deliberately and smiles. If so, he is rather out of practice. So does that mean we can now talk to a you? Oh, there is a sprint button. Woo-wee! Yep, nothing new there. So that is literally the last thing we have to do is just go down there and actually do our challenge. I don't know when or if we get to build a deck. Why is there a door right here? It seems to be a run toggle. Okay, so this is the body. Send them out through there. That was a large glob of water right there, friend. And there was like a glob like right about there. That came down. See the infamous American's own soul in contract form. A pact, yes, and signed in blood. By it she forsworn and damned to hell. By war of will we now must win her back. We'll seize hold of that subtle body and play at tug-of-war till all hell's strong men lose their grip. Mark the time, 48, no, now 47 fleeting hours we have to sever the pact of American. She ruffles her feathers in brief confusion. But where are the smirking fiends come to collect, like pallbearers to stretch her out of the contract and carry her off into the loveless pit? Maven, our newest associate, Mr. Chops must act as your official familiar for the time, while I look over these documents. Valraven emits a strange, distinctly non-avian whistle. The sound causes your bones to seem suddenly very present, distinct, and separate. The feeling fades. When it does, the dog has already reached the grotto, whining a little. Do please bond with him, Maven. When I'm able, I'll offer you the choice of my services as well. Maven, so sorry as your old fool Chops. Fool Chops. I wanted to watch over the boy, and my duty forgot me. As the familiar who led you into the home, I owe you the first bond. I am the worst ever dog, or I'd know the trick to sit watchful in two places at once. One night the secret will be mine. My bond should ease your burden in rituals to come. Then, by your leave, I'll look in on the young master. Now let us pay our respects to mistress, for it is her soul we mean to see, too. Bonding with a familiar grants a unique boon during the ritual. Master Chop switches new cards when you discard. Later, when you find others with different singular powers. Okay. So, different... You have a nice stranger. Okay. So, each one gives you different bonuses. So, these are kind of like your deck modifiers. I don't know if you're going to be able to alter the actual deck itself. Maybe you can. I have long seen myself not as a mere reiterations parrot, but a bird trained to voice the naked truth. They'd say, clever Val says what it is, and not what it ought to be. Yet tonight even I strain to express my own witness. Behold, the remains of Merrican the Immortal. Before the ritual, first must come your inspection of Mistress Maven. Yet we are bonded now. Old Chop stands ready to be redeemed.
Oh, pay me no respect, no obeisance before this empty ruin. What could you still owe me? It is enough that you are here, though perhaps not all of you. I judge you not in that regard. You and I are a matched set.
I respect her as I know you. I wonder now if I ever did for now. For a ruin, you emit a resounding echo. I'll talk to myself a little further.
If ancient Mariken could answer, what would you ask?
How is it that I seem to hear you now? Is this your work or my own?
In life, I was made answerable for many crimes. A few I was even guilty of. In the matter of your mind's alleged infirmity, I was at best a mere accomplice. Faith, isn't this the voice of a dead woman? Shall we continue? If ancient Mariken could answer, what would you ask?
Do you remember how you died, or might I be forming a theory?
Age. A wound requiring no further salting. Thank you. Ask instead, why now, at last? I seemed near the end when as a youth you knew me. Perhaps hell extended my loan, then let it lapse? Tonight, do they come to collect?
Still your soul is unclaimed, your familiars yet speak.
And unless you are mad, you met the devil. By whatever name I conjured him.
Yet if a madman or madwoman were ever to meet the devil, no one would believe them.
My dear Maven, I'd wager these years I missed you. Of nights, I likely wept. And you missed it. Shall we continue? If ancient Mariken could answer, how kind. I fear that sweet sleep has flown south from us all. Instead, do remain vigilant, young Maven. Goodbye.
Do you see? The contract is immaculate. Here described as the soul of a newborn infant. None! How did she... Sudden fear I can't quite name. A great rumble sounds. Here in the grotto, mingled grains of ice and old wood are kicked up in geometric whirls. The noise issued not from the bowels of the house, but upstairs? Voices rise in a distant choir of panic. Go up! Out! Fly, Maven! Let us go. Something is awry. Possibly even a rye bread. The den, Maven, go! Your wits will be What? Your wits will be your shield. Was this you? A door. There. She gestures to the new stairwell, perhaps redundantly, but her disbelief seems plain. Bolum, Rasman, and I, we were only outside for a moment. Where is Malthae? Did you see? She starts again, trying to help you orient the timeline of a fragmentary anecdote. My Volin, Rasmin, they went in just now. We heard cries. Please! Oh, she is alarmed. So it is time. Oh, geez, that was mildly disorienting. Fretful patriarch cranes, torso first, appear into the passage, like a child who'd not violate the domain of adults, past him ahead in a room without precedent. The boy Mouth lies on some altar, asleep? Occult implements surround him. Unwholesome sounds issue from the high, vaulted, narrow room. Old Volum stands by in tense reserve. His fingers contemplate the scabbard of a small dagger. At your approach, withdrawn. Now this I swear on God, Maven. American said nothing of a hidden room. Nothing. Surely the boy Mouth must have slipped past us, opened this in his sleep. Hearing the door, we leapt up, but on sight of this cursed paganry, wisely Rasmine said, wait for the Maven. Mouth, is he? Have you seen such trances before? We will stand as your second, and as you inspect the scene, please cry out if... He closes his mouth woodenly, pondering no plausible contingency here. Yeah, don't say. Okay, so we have the dog, we have the... No, wait. We have the cat, the dog, the bird. Where's Fancy Pants? Oh, there's Fancy Pants. Rasman stares into the strange chamber head. They notice you askance, but continue to observe. How quickly must Mal have moved, now again to toss and slumber as though caught in restless dreaming. Lead on, Magus, the hour is yours. Okay. Talk to the cat. A second best witch, you're here. Good! I smell metal, the kind that shines, and oils of anointment mingled with markedly less holy tinctures. The boy whimpers in his throat, but for the phlegm, it is almost melodic. He has sweated through his shirt and stained the table beneath. His eyes snap briefly to you. Oh, that can't be your face, though I know it from somewhere. The lad's gaze loses you, slipping sidelong to dart softly between coordinates unknown. I am asleep. He told me so. And so see, I am still, for I mustn't dare to wake me. I meant no mischief, only did as I was told. He will tell you he... His words strangle, his back arches too far, mechanically. No pain registers on his small face, which is somehow worse. Once, twice, then slack. Mr. Chomps glances at you as if heartened briefly, but a low, rising growl climbs from his throat as he surveys the scene. This is no mere fever. It's a prelude to possession. And here, a contract on the lad's soul. Valravn hops away from the child, takes in the rest of the room's contracts on monstrous spindles waiting. One stray leaf, I fear, from a whole family tree. Sidelong, the bird now surveys a legal stamp, its strange grip sculpted into a human likeness, mouth styled the same as was the effigy of Marakan, in the care of the fiend, One Eye. Mistress said nothing of this, even to her own familiars. Come, Maven, move Mouth to the chair and prepare the ritual components. The work begins. So, I guess we just start. Okay. So what I think is going to happen is we're going to have multiple challenges for like various different people in this world as well. I'm just slightly curious if anything here is interactable. Or if it's just more aesthetically... Because these are the scrolls they were talking about. So there's 4 more. in addition to the one up there. So this is mouths. So I'm guessing these 4 are 3 for them and 1 me. That's my guess, at least. You shoulder mouth in the chair next to you, where a client sits. You brandish the ritual herbs under his mouth and nose, and then show him the needle that will take a sample of his blood for the ritual. Troublingly, he volunteers his finger automatically, as if rehearsed. Ah, Vergald, as One-Eye's agent you lay claim, well, then cough up your receipts. The great gold leaf contrivance responds, clicks and soft streaks of metal muffled by its long robe. Oh, a tenderling, a new magus steps forth. You wish to match wits with the Vergild, the very graft of Castelnau? Think, witch, what is that whelp to you? You bleed onto the document near your client's contribution, consenting to act as a proxy. How willingly you bleed for him. Bold, yet flesh is but the ribbon tied round the true prize, your soul. We must accept your challenge. The battle of wills begins. The bargain. The court is both father and mother to all accusers. Thus even now the devil is bound by his own ancient laws. This Vergald is a lord of hell, vizier to One-Eye, a lawyer and greedier than average. No offense meant. Yet no rule is etched in fire across eternity. It exists only till challenged for what is law. But a conversation between abusers, we say, the bargain. Here you must forge your own luck, revise the family's pacts, bid and counterbid. Thus with the signature tricks. I will beat the devil at his own game. Most rituals contain rounds of bargaining, where you and the demon vie over contractual boons and banes that are permanent. Banes are negative boons that empower the demon. Select a boon you want or a bane you don't with left click to place a chit there. The demon will do the same. First enemy creature played behind another gains tunnel 1. First allied creature in a turn that lands on the battle line gets from reserves again. That's actually not bad. Maximum health of demon bosses decreases by 1. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of tunnel. Get 3 trits per bargain round, which are placed with left and recalled with right. Bids are hidden until all are spent. Confirming reveals them. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 on there. And 1 there. This is the first of 3 rounds before the bargain takes effect. You'll have 2 more rounds. You'll have 2 more opportunities to tilt the results in your favor. Okay. Each ritual is a contract. Any contract can be exploited. In this upcoming room, your familiars can eke out revelations. Okay, so we already did the bargain there. Exchange 1 pack for another in exchange to change your deck. Well, we're going to do revelations first. Your familiars tested the parchment. They uncovered tampering, clauses touched after the seal was struck. A bond altered post-execution is void. The law bends towards you. Revelations stand secured. Revelations are a currency of secrets spent at bargain, boon, bane, pact, and forge rooms to adjust their offerings. So that's like our currency. Modify a pack to improve your deck. Select a temporary boon to improve your odds. I think the route I'm going to take... Yeah, I think I just go left. I think. Out of these, and yeah, it's a 2-page ritual. Yeah, we'll go after the minions first, because we could get that heal pretty soon. I'm curious how much... Anakin's favorite, to see you tamed and chained will be such a merry sport. But yeah, just gonna try and get the heal in. Each Vanguard embodied familiar has a unique and powerful boon. Examine them in the tray above to see the use of their powers. Creatures with 0 strength have the sneak keyword. None of these have 0 strength. So we have 20 life, they have 10. Target an owned creature destroy. Spawn a beast in its place with the original hearts and that +2. You come out first. Comet Archer second. I think we just go ahead and just straight zap you. And we want to keep the other 2 cards, though. Creatures with counters strike back at their attackers X times. So these guys... Who has counter? Ah, to commend your strength or to condemn your haste. Okay, so that has... Neither of these... Oh, this has counters 1. Okay. Gives 1 energy when it dies. Owner symbol means this effect applies to the eye belonging to the owner of the card. I'm going to go ahead and put you there. Can I not do that there? Okay, so that's going to kill all of them. We're going to go ahead and sacrifice you. That deploys it and kills him. Oh, that didn't kill him. He still has 1 life. Make you stronger. Cards with results involve a special effect during the resolve phase at the end of the turn. What happens if we put that there? Does that just, like, straight replace it? And we're not going to do any damage to their boss, but we're not going to die from it. I do wonder if we can rearrange units. The subtle coin of will is now ours to spend. What to do? Oh, you're going straight for my throat with that. You are a jerkface. You know that, right? Card cannot be played. Oh, what? Portion of American's dread is inherited. Its sin works against you. Did not realize that was a thing that we could draw. So this is on resolve, something unique. Resolve phase when creatures attack. Yeah, and then slides 1 forward. And we also have Rot Cherubs that can go in front. Assets with that can be placed anywhere on the battle line, even the enemy's side. Intriguing. So if I put this... I'm good with this. Why can I not play you? Oh, I can only play you up on those. So it said that I could play it on either side, but apparently no, I cannot. Unless that's not a spell. That's gonna die and kill all those. I think I'm gonna... Oh, we can't discard anymore. I think we can only discard... Okay. Apparently I can't discard that right now. I tried right-clicking on it. I don't know if we only get a certain number of discards. Overfilling the battle line. Creatures deployed in a full battle line complete their deploy effects, then die immediately. Interesting. A negligible pinch. We get one more AP. Rot Cherub goes there. Another Rot Cherub there. And we spark that. Because that's lethal going in on the guy over there. I forgot to check if we could actually swap their positions down here. I need to do that at some point. All these documents read as one great pact. Yet myriad smaller tales of woe are herein contained. Mistress She, the deceased, made her kin sign away their souls to her. Little by little, I'd wager, the boy is one such. For her sinful life, the boy was to be damned. If I'm right, it's these cursed pacts. Each some bundled sin of Americans forced into our client as surrogate, that we must now scrub away to save him. An exorcism by rites of preceding all papistry, all inside some 40 hours. 10 packs. Bundles of scrolls bound together to form your deck. Here you can improve it by exchanging one of its packs for another. This pack exchange room offers 3 choices. Pick one pack to gain, an existing pack to lose, then confirm the exchange. I kind of wish I could have seen these other ones. So we have projections and spark. Swap the owned creature's health and attack. And that is on gather. Does something unique in the gather phase when AP and cards are gained. So that gets us extra energy. That would actually be a really good one. Heals 1 from all its hosts and allied neighbors. Deals double damage to... Ooh. I think I'm going to go for this one because this seems like econ. And what do we get rid of for it? There's 2 Rot Cherubs and a projection. Target takes 2, and whatever is behind it takes 1. When this deploys, hits enemy neighbors for Ya. That's 2 armor for the eye. Grants owned creature. Sacrifice an owned creature. Oh, that one is actually really useful as well. Heals 1 from its host and allied neighbors. Deals 1 to all neighbors when it dies. Honestly, I don't mind those. I think these might be the ones we need to get rid of. The question is, do we get rid of the Sacrificial Lamb one or the Comet Archer one? I think we get rid of this one. So we just got more cards, unfortunately. But I think we're going to have better econ. This forge where your packs can be upgraded into additional power. These upgrades are different each time you enter a forge. Select one any time to see what it does. We are a forger, yada, yada, yada. Let's go for... To improve the deck, select both a pact from the collection at the bottom and an upgrade on the right to apply it. Removes the first card from the pact. A random creature in the pack gains 1 health. A random creature in the pack gains counters 1. This can stack. So what would we actually want this on? Just seeing if we have anything particularly tanky. I mean, it might be worth just putting this on a Celestial Projection, because they're going to be sticking around the longest out of all of the allies. Decaying Husks will stick around as well, but they deal damage to themselves. Remove the first card of the pact. Which one would it remove? I'm guessing this is the first card and this is the last card. So this wouldn't really do anything for us. It's either that or this. I think we go for this one. Each pact can only sustain 2 changes, and scrolls can only contain so many keywords. Choose wisely. Okay, so each pact can only sustain 2 changes. So we did the Forge. Now we rest. 9 revelations. We're at 19. Yay! Your accounts replenish. How will your mentor drain them next? Enemy reserves that descend deal 1 damage to allied neighbors in the battle line. 1 less AP can be carried over between turns. Owned creatures have -1 for each. This is a curse, isn't it? -1 for each duplicate of themselves in the battle line. Think we do that one. So we have to face like a bad thing with that. So if we would have gone this way, we wouldn't have had to deal with the Bane. So that it's a cost to healing. These clauses prove our case. Written in blood, but they've long lain dry. Shall we freshen them? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Look for healing preview to see how many are reduced. Actually, I'm going to put you out first. And we are going to do aggression there, and I'm actually going to keep these. No, we'll actually spark you. Never mind. This thing has 20 life, so it's an actual proper boss. Okay, so you... Can we actually move these? Okay, so that's going to kill him. We're not going to actually do any damage to the boss over there, unfortunately. We took a little bit of damage from this, unfortunately, because the burn. Each asset of yours on the board gains 1 health and 1 attack. That sucks. That means everything of ours is going to die. But theirs are not. Okay, so all of our stuff is kind of expensive. That's not going to kill anything, unfortunately. Can I only discard once per turn? Or can I only discard if I have the resources for it? Using my own life as a bit of a situation there. Well, we might actually lose here, unfortunately. And we will drop in another one of you. Oh, yeah, because they give... Fuck. I forgot I had the duplicate curse. And that is going to keep getting stronger because of that. Yeah, I have completely been borked in this one. I am aware you've already actually explained that mechanic. I don't know why they don't want to give me any offensive units. We didn't actually have that option so far. All of our units just do like 1 damage. That's just whatever. And we're dead. I didn't mean to... I hate that right click doesn't send it back to your hand and it just discards it even though you have it out here in front. Because that is not what I'm used to in games like this. But we do not have offensive anythings is the thing that's really kind of throwing me off. So we just die this turn. I don't even actually care. Goodbye. Yep, restart ritual, lose all progress, but try again anew. Sure. We'll try again. Can't say I was too enthused about that. So if we go to the right way and just don't take damage there, we'll be a little bit more fine. We'll go ahead and put those there. That doesn't seem to really do much. I don't think we're going to run into that. There, we'll do that. Yeah, looks like they want those particular things and we want different ones. What revelations do we have? So we're going to go to the boon. Anointed in herbs and sacred oils of the corpses found here, yours will smell the sweetest. Maximum health of the demon opponents decreases by 1 or enlightened page. Number of cards. I think we go for number of cards drawn. We could re-roll, but I'm not going to spend my revelations for that. Let's deal with some trivial battles. Okay. as far as our opener goes, yeah, the 2 damage one is our highest damage source. Maybe I shouldn't be spending the... We didn't actually get any of the stunted growths, did we? Okay, so you're going to do 1 damage. This is fine. Let's go with... that. We're going to hold on to aggression. I'm going to get rid of one of the stunted spawns. They decide to... I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it just, like, intentionally targeting our eye with spells. That's pretty much just straight guaranteed damage, which, frankly, doesn't always feel that great. So I'm going to go with a Rot Chair. What are you? When reserved, its host has +1 something and immediately attacks. So we have 2 going on here. Okay, so that... It's still going to kill there. We're going to do 4 damage in there. Backline here takes damage. I don't think any of our units actually attack those. Oh, it's good. Whoa, what the fuck. When reserved, its host has yada 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 and immediate... I don't know what those are. Counters 1. Can be placed in the reserve of any asset regardless of who owns it. Can't say I like those. I'm just going to go for throat. This just feels right. Because we took a crap ton of damage there. That puts us in a worse situation than before. Heals 1 to all enemy creatures, and after that heals completely. We could use another flesh. Heals 1 from its host and allied neighbors. Flask of Thought. Let's see. We actually need the 2 damage ones because we don't really have any other choices. Really? We haven't really used those too much, so I'm going to confirm that one. Deck narrowing rather than growing. So do we go for the healing and get a Bane? Or do we're going to go for a Forge. We're going to risk it. We've got duplicates a random card in the pact, common. Random creature in pact gains sneak. Removes a random card from the pact. So we can get sneak, which is can be placed on both the opponent's side of the line and our own. I think we go for... I think we go for this one. Or do we just re-roll? Let's go ahead and re-roll. Random creature pack gains 1. All creatures in the pack gain tunnel 1. That might actually be good for these guys. I'm just going to confirm that one. So all of those have tunnel now. And this one does not have a boon. I don't know if I'm ever going to actually beat the first boss. The battle begins. Oh, he just gets one at the start? What? Is it because I didn't take a Bane before? What the crap? I don't even know what Grim Tribute does. Let's go for... Guess we'll just go for Throat. We're going to get rid of Rally. And just continue on. Deals 1 to itself for each... Deals 1 to that and itself for each enemy in the battle line. Frick. Okay, so we sacrifice that to there. Gives its host +1 attack. That one has sneak, so it can be placed anywhere we want. But I'm going to go with... I'm going to keep those. And that is healing us. Oh. This is mildly important. I don't know why that one is... Okay, let's go ahead and plunk you there. That will not kill that. Which kills this. That means we take 4 damage in there. Yes, I am leaning on those to heal me. Is that your full measure? It is, sadly, my full measure. So we put a Retribution there. We have 2 left to play with. This guy's going to counterattack. Oh, we are already... Oh, we can only have... Oh, I didn't mean to actually discard that, but that's fine. Let's go for... I'll go for a Flesh here. I'll sit on that. Trusting Sacrifice might actually be kind of handy. So 1 to all enemy creatures and... Jesus. Going a little bit overboard there, aren't you, friend? Okay, Comet Archer. Deal 1 to all enemy creatures. We actually have a Thorns ourselves. This guy is at 1. Sad that I can't swap him in. He's not going to be able to do anything right now. So let's go for... I'm going to go with a rot cherub there. I don't know how we can get up to the fourth one there, sadly. We'll do a comet archer up there. We're trying to protect this, because this is healing us. Swap you out. Decaying husk. Not the worst thing ever. We are doing way better than we were the first time. So let's see how it kind of turns out in the grand scheme of things. Is that your full measure? What do these guys do? Grants 2 armor when it dies. Cute. I'm going to discard you. Going to do a decaying husk there. I think I'm going to get rid of that. Sacrificial lamb doesn't seem to like it's going to fit anywhere just yet, but we'll take out the 2 little armor baubles. That's more life we're going to have to punch through, but... All right, we got one of those. They're going to kill ours, unfortunately. I don't like that I don't have a chance to, like, react to what they summon. I just kind of have to just live with it. Which kind of sucks a little bit. Let's go with... invoking that. And I will drop you up there to be another tank. Yeah, they're just going to keep doing these, aren't they? Kill off our frontliner. You get healed like you usually do. Discard that. Do a burnout there. Do a sacrificial lamb there, and we'll do a flask of thought back here next turn. Well, we're going to probably lose units this turn, but... Gains 1 whenever an ally asset dies. Jesus. You cost 3, though, so you a strong boy. That would be 2 spent. So we just spark you. Throw another sacrificial lamb there. We have 2 left, so we go for... Flask of Thought. Flask of Thoughts. What? No. These flasks are saving my butt right now. Let's see. We could get a lot of energy there, but I don't think it's going to do anything for us. Decaying Husk can go in. Or we can do Immolator. I hate that I can't just drop it in there. I am slightly curious. So I guess that just gets discarded? Yeah, we'll just go with this. And that might... Oh, it's getting closer to lethal. Let's see. They're going to do thorns, which is going to suck a little bit for us. But I think that's going to be okay. Sorry if you could hear my hard drive in the middle of that. It decided it wanted to be violent for a second. We're going to go with... go with a trusting sacrifice there. I'm going to get rid of Immolator. So that gives us the horse in front. We grab an aggression back here. And a retribution there for when that dies. And we just hold on to the rest of our resources. We can only carry over one between turns, by the way. But we also have lethal, so... we got back up to full life because of our chalices. You're cutting some costs somewhere, which that was too easy. Oh. Let's go ahead and do another bargain. This Vergald thinks he's smarter than all of us put together. It's a twisted blessing, really, and that overconfidence. Bit by bit, we trick him into thinking he's on a winning streak and trap him between temptations. I'm actually fine with it having armor. Okay, so it's trying to work against me getting this, but... I'm not sure when we do the bargaining round 3. It seems like it would be too late for it to do it, would it not? To plan your route, you often must see your total deck as well as any boons or banes you've accumulated. Try now with Tab. Pact exchanges and forges are your most likely tools for purging inheritance. Look at them as you continue your journey. Okay. Got a boon there. We've got a pact exchange. So if we go through 2 elite fights, we go for that maybe? But that's also pretty much guaranteeing we're going to die before then. There's a boon on the left. I am aware of these things. Can you be gone? That's a Bane with healing. This is gain revelations. They modify other exchanges. I think we go through both the elites and then up to this. It's gonna suck. But most of the other options, I mean, Forge wouldn't be bad either, but then we'd give out on this boon. For probably what's going to be a weaker boon. The enemy avatar is damaged by an attack. They gain 1 armor. Okay, so it's basically cutting our damage in half. It's going to gain an armor from that. And we are going to go for... we're going to go for a retribution first. Mainly because whenever they drop something out to kill this thing, battle line is empty, gain 1 energy. Sweet. You're a bastard, you know that? Deal 1 to any creature and another for each of its reserves. Okay. Still alive. Then we take 1 damage ourselves, which kind of sucks. Okay, so you come out. Flask of Thought back here. Spark there to guarantee that dies. And end turn. So it's probably going to play enough to kill that. Oh, it was smart. It went after my healer. Okay, no, it just has the ability to damage everything. Okay. You're a jerk. You're just a jerk face is what you are. Okay, so that's death to them. Flask of Thought can go there. Discard the emulators. We have so many emulators. I need to get rid of those little bastards. I don't mind them too much, but... Oh, it's just going straight for my throat now. Okay, so Celestial... Actually... That's not what I meant. God fucking damn it. That right-click thing is just the end of me. Oh, that's so irritating to me. Yeah, that is just murdering my face, because instead of going back to my deck, it's dropping in there and just being beyond fucking irritating. That is behavior that I know what it's there for. It's just my brain does not function with it. So rot cherubs are just way too expensive for what they do as well. So I'm going to do just burn out there to get rid of that guy. Invoke that for some armor for this turn and try not to die. This is going to be a lot of unnecessary damage, and it's going to be drug out because I keep doing things like that right-click thing like a complete idiot. Well, that was a lot of damage. So you come out. He's not going to die on this one, but he's probably going to die on their turn. I probably should have just saved that one from casting that thing. Yep, I should have. Yeah, I just don't really have a way to get back through this. Because I just don't have the resources to defend against this. We'll get rid of that. You. Retribution. Flask of whatever for a little bit of healing and hope. No, the flask's not going to survive another turn anyway. I'm enjoying this. I need to get used to the fact that it is literally just kind of screwing me up with the controls here, because it's not expected behavior from what I'm used to in deck builders. That was interesting. Oh yeah, because it is a reach. And we put you there so it hits that. Flask of Thought there for more healing. We might actually recover from this. Oh, okay. That sucked. Just a wee bit. There's our energy. That guy's reached too. Well, shit. We have 4 resources. I guess we go Immolator. You take 1 damage. We do the cherub up there? Burnout is something I'd rather have. So that got rid of his armor. Take 2, deal 4 damage to any creature. This is fine. It's basically nuking itself. And it was able to put a Legion in there, which is going to kill our little dude there. Yeah, I feel like I have less things that I can be responsive with in this, though. Is the thing that is kind of taking me out of it a little bit. Okay, so we want to spark you. Flesh. And sacrificial lamb. That means that if it does the 2 damage to itself to kill a creature, it's just not going to do anything. Oh, and that counts as damage, apparently. So that kills you. We have 4. So we go burn. Drop you out and win. Kind of wish we could have gotten more healing on that, but that was a rough fight for a few reasons. And we're definitely getting the boon. Same quality of boons as before. Number of creatures you can field at once is increased by 1. It's either Enlightened Page to get even more cards. One damage to enemy neighbors in the battle line. It doesn't really ever get too many things on there, so I'm going to go ahead and field more creatures. Was slightly tempted to spend to reroll just to see what else we could get, but see what we have as far as elites. What does he... He doesn't have a feature. So I'm going to ditch you. We're going to do Sacrificial Lamb, Celestial Projection. We're going to discard that. Okay, so we have 2 Flasks of Thought in our hand. So when that little guy gets nuked, feed conditions are checked on turn start. If an asset's condition cannot be met, it is discarded. Okay, it also strikes the owner of what it attacks. What? That is beyond fucking broken. What is its feed condition? It's gonna do 4 damage to me. What the actual fuck are you? Oh, that is so awful. That is just gross. That's still gonna kill it, thankfully, but... bleh, that's gross. So you... go there. Flask of Thought, Flask of Thought. Get rid of that stupid thing. They did the little swap. Oh, it just has blast on everything. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Let's see. I sacrificed that to go up to 5. So we get Rot Cherub. Get rid of the Immolator. I do that and that. I didn't mean to I keep doing that. I keep freaking doing that. Because I am a moron. I'm going to keep doing that until the day hell freezes over. Yeah, they all have blasts, so it just like blows through everything. So I will do a Guardian. And we're going to go Comet Archer. Because it doesn't really matter. We just need to do as much damage out as possible. Heal 1 from the Battle Line is empty, gained in energy. That's cool. I actually want that card myself. 4 damage to any creature. Lethal creatures kill any target they except for Maven and Demonize. That is a blast guy. Wait. Oh, he's reach and blast. Okay, that's actually not as bad. I would actually rather lose one of those than this. Okay, so you have 2 life. I think we just straight up kill you this turn. I'm going to go ahead and ditch that. And I can't ditch anymore. I was hoping I'd get another Flask of Thoughts, is what I was hoping for. You know what? I'm going to let that kill it. I'm going to let the Flask of Thoughts get the murder. Why? Because it's a jerk. We actually made net life on that one, so I'm happy. Flask of Thought. Ooh. Light target creature to its owner's side, giving 1 for every step it moved. Slides 1 when it attacks. Court Spy. Ooh, it's a 2 damage one. And then we have another Flask of Thought. What do we give up for this? No. I think this. Or this. I think this. Losing a spark sucks, but I think we get more from it. What's our next? Oh, I think I meant to go to the right, didn't I? Shit. What is this? Also damages the defender's bottom reserve when it attacks. Deal 1 to any creature and another for each of its reserves. That's actually not a bad one. Resolve gains 1 energy. That works kind of with our kind of setup pretty well. Hearts of Wax doesn't. Grants its owning avatar 2. I like my Flasks of Thought. We have 3 of them. No, we have 4 of them. Oh my. We are all Flasks of Thought and no offense. So I'm thinking this might actually be the way to go. Either that or go for the burnouts, but we need cheaper stuff. These are super expensive. So I think this might be it. 3 cost guy and 2 burns in exchange for 1 of our Flasks of Thoughts and a Comet Archer. We lose 1 of our cheap units if we do that, which is not something I think I need to be doing. Could actually swap it out for this. Gets rid of a spark for an invocation. This costs resources, but it's a little bit stronger. I think we do still have a spark. It's a question of recovery or combat. I think we go this. Let's go with, what do we have as our openers? Absolutely nothing good. I'm going to go with a Rot Cherub and a Flask of Thought behind. What do you do, friend? Yeah, what do you have? You have reach, so you're going to hit the guy behind. That sucks. So you're going to kill our healer. You bastard. You bastard. Okay, so we'll get the fleshling out. Put a Flask of Thought behind that. Just to guarantee we kill this little thing. This is gonna die, unfortunately. Slide target creature to its owner's side, giving 1 for every step it moved. Ow. That was unpleasant. Let's go for a Decaying Husk. And we'll go for another Flask of Thought. There. That way it heals us and... Oh yeah, that guy has ranged. Damn it. I'm an idiot! And they have reach as well, so it's kind of like a crappy situation for both of us, I guess. Let's go for... I think we go Rot Cherub. And a burn there. We still lose you. Because it damages itself, unfortunately. I think it damages itself before that thing happens. Okay. We are going to go for... I think... Burn and Immolator. Because we don't really have any other options right now. Thorns we want to keep. Retribution's pretty good. Flask of Thought is pretty good. Stunted Spawn is pretty good. And we have the extra draw anyway, so we're okay. That just kills you. And damages me. I can deal with being damaged against this guy. So we'll go with Renunciation. That gets rid of both of them. I want it behind. Just for this. And I'm going to get rid of Stunted Spawn. We're going to keep Ejection. We're going to keep the Flask of Thought. I'm going to get rid of Retribution. Aggression's not bad to have either. So yeah, this guy shouldn't be too much... Oh, well, that's killing my good guy. They both die. I guess I can live with that trade. Considering we have lethal. And we also got a little bit of healing. Your familiars trace the place of oath. They uncovered a want of jurisdiction. A pledge was sworn to a now defunct lieutenant. A covenant born in void soil bears no fruit. The contract is weakened. Your claim made firm. You gain revelations. Yay, we got more. Not that we particularly needed them. We haven't really used the revelations for much. They don't feel that terribly important. They're just for re-rolling. I don't know why it's page 2 of 2. It seems like almost like there should be a third page because we have the bargaining there. Any card played into reserve gains +1 and +1. Yeah, but it doesn't give it to me, I bet. I think that's only for him, because butts. Okay. I'm gonna go with a decaying husk and a flask. It's probably going to murder both of them. Steal the topmost reserve of any creature it attacks if possible. Its host gains +1 and heals all on death. It kills its host. Okay. But he's not going to kill you. Let's go for... Burnout costs more than I want to spend on it, though, but Burnout would be perfect for this. I think we burn out there. We aggression there so that at least has attack. This is going to die on the turn. This is going to die from their turn. At least we get back up to max. And, yeah, it's going to steal... Oh, never mind. So it's just going to get stronger. It's going to kill that little guy. We should have an answer to this, though. Thing is, we only have 3 mana. And that thing has 3 freaking life. We don't have a 1-cost ally, unfortunately. So we'll just do a retribution so that whenever this guy dies, it just does whatever. Target reserves whose host you own deal... Okay. Target reserve whose host you own deals its heart and any target. So that's going to just shoot us in the face. So this dies. We take 1 damage. Oh, and it... Oh, for fuck's sake. I forgot that thing has the steel on it. Okay, that sucks. So, you get to go out. That's our only choice here. Oh, but it still works for us. It's still considered ours. Ah, so that's actually not that big a thing. Topples forward when it dies, dealing 1 to all enemies ahead. And then that just kills this. That is... I need the enemies to stick... I mean, the allies to stick around a little bit longer. You know? We're probably going to lose this one. Mainly because I'm a little bit distracted at the moment. I'm actually getting messages while I'm doing this. Yeah, that bombard is sucking ass. Okay, stunted growth. Flask of Thought. That's going to kill you. You're going to just be there. I need to get ahead on our summons, but with 2 cost and no real source of... What the hell are you? It pulls the creature in front of it into reserve. That's just going to kill you. Okay, so we burn you. And I throw a flask. We're almost getting ahead. That's just a crappy guy. Okay, celestial projection. Think I'm gonna ditch those and see if we can get something good. That's not too bad. Let's go for that. And we'll go with a celestial projection. So whenever that guy up front dies, we'll be we're actually making progress. Oh, what? Oh no. Oh no. That's actually not going to kill our guys yet. But that's going to cause a problem. So I will throw sacrificial lamb there. You are going to move back. That's going to do 1 damage all the way across. We have 2 left. I could do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go thorns into this. Yeah, invoke that. Spark that guy. He does his little 1 across. And we take out all of these idiots. Just to get rid of the threat. Oh, he grabbed my guy. Where does that put my lamb? Where the hell does that put my lamb? I have no idea where the lamb just vanishes, I guess. That's still victory. We win. Rebuild. We assess damage, rebuild, and keep receipts. That was a bargain. Though it was a bargain, the damned American. It seems the instrument of her dark miracles, myself included. She even held her familiars. She told her own familiar soul offers us one cold comfort. If luck holds, and we work as one, we may surpass our cursed work, even overturn it. For this, the results are permanent. Okay, so that's 4 there. That's 4 there. I'm gonna go with that. Okay. And then we go into another stage. Oh, the end of the demo. Okay, so there does seem like there's going to be a third one after that where you actually feel the effects of those. I like the concept. I like a lot of that stuff. I feel like I have very little agency to react to a lot of stuff, so it's one of those things that's kind of I love a lot of it. I like the voice acting. I like the music. I like the atmosphere. I like the cards. I think they could be a little bit bigger in the numbers because it really feels like there's no real ground gaining right now. It feels very much like it's just smack each other in the face until one of you dies rather than actual big strategic moves. I would love cards that I can modify and work into bigger, more epic strategies, but that might be something that just happens later in Killing Stone. I like it so far. I definitely recommend giving the demo a try, and I am looking forward to the release. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.